When you're off the grid, miles from town, you learn to see the world differently. But what if you could see it from a completely different perspective, in terms of safety, security, and as an off-grid tool? Holy crap, it's going on. Oh my god. Gee, oh! Okay, so I've been wanting to do this video for a little while now. Drones are cool, but they can also be a super valuable tool when you're living off-grid. So when Ruko reached out and said, would you like to have a look at our beginner's drone, is how they're classifying it, I said, sure, this might actually be a great fit for the channel and allows me to talk about some of these things I've been wanting to for a little while. So why would you need a drone for off-grid? For one, the obvious thing is you can take cool pictures. You can get a different perspective from the sky. You can take those snapshots. If you're a content creator, you can get those nice, smooth, drone shots above your cabin, that kind of stuff. But you can also use it as a extremely valuable tool. And that's what I found out after having a DJI for a while. This is the DJI Mini. We've got a DJI 2 here. When I was a kid, I used to love those remote control cars. So yeah, they are super fun to fly. But how do we use it as an off-grid tool? First off, we've got the winter season coming up. So what does that mean for us? It could mean a ton of snow. It could mean roads getting snowed in. In the event of an ice storm, for instance, and you've got power lines being snapped, and this is happening more frequently, of course. And in a real emergency, like a fire, flood, or storm, a drone can help you assess the damage on your property, find a safe evacuation route, or check on neighbors when the roads are blocked. Just to give some examples of how I've used it. I've sent it up and done some chimney inspections when I didn't want to crawl up there on my hands and knees. I have vertigo, so I'm not great with heights. So I was able to send the drone up, have a look at my chimney, and see what needed to be fixed up there. I've also used it for roof damage. When I've had a couple of branches come down, I was able to send the drone up, take a look at my seams, make sure everything was fine. Tree falling, same thing. My biggest job up here is taking care of the trees. We have a lot of dead ash, and they could be dangerous trees to take down. So I've taken my drone up, sent it up, and just had a look at sort of a couple of the sketchy spots that I thought the tree might buckle before, as it's coming down. Also, just for nature, I have sent the drone up to have a look at an owl's nest once. No, the owl wasn't in there when I was doing it. I've used it to look for my bees, which sounds kind of funny, but when bees swarm, it's when I can hear the buzzing and I'm not sure where they are, I can send the drone up, find their exact location, and see if I can go collect them and get them back into a hive. I've also used it when there was road work, just about a mile or so down the road. And really that was just laziness. I could have just walked down and seen if the road was clear, but I thought, oh geez, I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee, send the drone up. But I'm always thinking about safety and preparedness up here. Maybe there's a fire on your property. If you have an acreage and you see smoke somewhere, well, it might be faster just to send your drone down so you can find out the exact location, right, where that's happening. There's a lot of different things you can use the drone for. This is being marketed as a beginner's drone, which basically means it should be easy to fly. So we'll find that out in a minute. Holy crap, it's going on. Oh my God. It's about the same size as the DJI Mini. It's under 250 grams, so you don't have to worry about getting a special license. Just check your local regulations. There still may be some flying restrictions. The propellers just fold out like so. Little safety cap here on the gimbal. Take that off. When I mention gimbal, if you're unfamiliar with drones, it's a stabilizer. So basically allows you to stabilize your footage and get hopefully some really nice, smooth cinematic footage. Ruko sent me 3 batteries with this unit. I'll have to check the specs again. I believe it's over 20 minutes per battery. We might be up to 30, but I'll put the actual number here. Nice packaging here. You got a nice travel case with this. This is the unit itself, control unit, and slides up so you can put your phone right here. All right, let's get this thing up in the air, take some beauty shots, and see what we can do with it. Got the birds going by here, so let's send this up and go fly with the birds. If you're new to drones, you always need to calibrate the drone. And basically the app will just lead you right through all these steps. Okay, we just had some challenges there. It's now a week later. Right after I finished doing the intro and talking about the drone, I tried to get this up in the air and I couldn't. I tried and tried, I couldn't get it to calibrate. I contacted the company. They gave me some help. They said, move this away from any magnetic objects. So I did that, tried again. User error. I was not being a clever Joe. Just read the manual. I'm not even going to tell you what I did. Okay, what I did was I was putting the controller sticks in the wrong position, and there's actually a button that you have to press to start the propellers. Do yourself a favor, read the manual. You can see there's some snow now, the weather has changed. This is actually a good all-weather sort of rugged durability test. I don't want to take this thing too high because we do have a bit of a breeze today, and that's how I actually wrecked my last drone. Holy crap, what's going on? Oh my god, okay. I think I'm going to crash it now. Yeah. And that, my friends, is the end of the Ruko U11.
Few moments later.
It's SHTF. I've been watching. Gee, oh, and it just fell down out of the tree. It just came down. Oh, just as I'm talking. It literally just came crashing out of this tree. Oh, look at that. It's only the battery that came out. Okay, let's see if this, oh my God, guys. If this thing works after a fall from 100 feet, that's insane. Let's give this a go. Oh, this will be the greatest durability test in the world, Ruko. If you're thinking about getting a drone, I don't think you need to break the bank and get something like a DJI Mini or the DJI Mavic. You can get a beginner's drone and it'll do what you need it to do. It actually takes decent footage. It's a fairly solid build. I mean, all these things are built out of plastic, so don't crash them too often. Oh my God, okay. The controller is excellent. I like the controller. If you were looking for an excuse to buy a drone, maybe this was it. Gee, oh! It's not going to replace a DJI, but as another tool in your off-grid safety, security, and toolkit, I think that this will do you just fine. Thanks so much to Ruko for sending this out. Surprising little bugger. I kind of like it. Let me know in the comment section if you've already used a drone for your off-gridding adventures or your off-grid cabin property. Always curious to see how other people are using off-grid tools. Happy off-gridding. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Cheers.